Many years ago, high in the hills of Puerto Rico, in the tiny town of Ciales, lived a kind-hearted old lady. Because she wore very, very big shoes, everyone called her Abuelita Zapatona, or Granny Big Shoes. Abuelita Zapatona was a hard worker. Every day she swept and dusted and washed her little house till it glowed. One sunny day, as she swept the patio, she spied a shiny object on their fern. She picked it up and to her delight discovered it was a gold coin. ¿Qué haré con esta moneda? What shall I do with this coin? She asked, holding up the coin to admire it. I know, I'll go to the market and buy a fat turkey. That's what I'll do. The market was a long way off, and with her big shoes tripping her all the way, Abuelita Zapatona arrived tired and dusty, but her efforts were not in vain. Her gold coin bought her the biggest, fattest pavo she could ever see. The turkey was so big and so fat it could hardly walk. With a piece of string tied to the turkey's neck, Abuelita Zapatona began her journey home. Soon they reached a fence that blocked their path. Abuelita Zapatona tried to push the turkey under the fence, but he was too fat. She tried to lift him over the fence, but he was too heavy. She tried to make him fly over, but the turkey refused. ¿Qué haré? ¿Qué haré? What shall I do? Abuelita Zapatona looked around, but there was no one to help her. She walked and walked, searching for help. Finally, she spotted a dog. Señor Perro, she said to the dog, please, please bark at my pavo. He won't jump the fence and I'll never get home. The dog rolled over and began to snort. Abuelita Zapatona moved on. Soon she saw a long thin stick spinning and twirling and dancing over the countryside. Approaching the stick, she said, lovely dancing stick, lindo palito bailador. Please strike the dog so he'll bark at my turkey so he'll jump the fence or I'll never get home. The dancing stick pirouetted past her and twirled away. The old woman kept walking till she stumbled upon a campfire. Fuego, fire burning bright, Abuelita Zapatona said. Burn the stick so it will strike the dog so he'll bark at my turkey so he'll jump the fence or I'll never get home. The fire crackled and snapped, but as the others had paid her no mind. Again, Abuelita moved on. Someone must help me. Someone will help me. Yo lo sé, I know it. At last, she came to a well. Leaning into the well, she called down, Agua, water clear and fresh. Spray the fire so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bark at my turkey, so he'll jump the fence or I'll never get home. Abuelita Zapatona listened and listened, but no sound came from the well. As before, she walked on. Who will help me with my turkey? She wailed. Suddenly she heard a moo. Nearby stood an ox, grazing in the field. Señor Buey, kindly Buey, she said to the ox, won't you please drink some water to spray the fire so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bark at my turkey, so he'll jump the fence or I'll never get home. The ox lumbered to another clump of yerba fresca and kept grazing. Abuelita Zapatona was weary and her feet were beginning to hurt. She stumbled along the path and almost tripped on a coil of rope. Amiga soga, friend rope, she said. Please tie the ox so he'll drink some water to spray the fire so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bark at my turkey, so he'll jump the fence, or I'll never get home. But the rope didn't move a strand. Sad and disheartened, Abuelita Zapatona searched on. About to give up, she spied a rat. Oh, little rat, wonderful, beautiful ratita. Abuelita stomped her big shoes for joy. You'll help me, I know you will. What do you need? Asked the rat. Please, please, gnaw the rope so it will tie the ox, so he'll drink some water to spray the fire, so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bark at my turkey, so he'll jump the fence, or I'll never get home. Seguro, of course I will help you, said the rat, but I'm weak from hunger. Tengo mucha hambre. You must bring me a piece of cheese. Abuelita Zapatona didn't have to be asked twice. She ran to the cheesemaker with renewed energy. Dear, dear cheesemaker, she said, por favor, won't you give me a piece of queso so I may give it to the rat, so he'll gnaw the rope, so it will tie the ox, so he'll drink some water to spray the fire, so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bite the turkey, so he'll jump the fence, or I'll never get home. I'd like to help you, Abuelita, said the cheesemaker, but I'm fresh out of milk, no tengo leche. Abuelita Zapatona was so disappointed she plopped down on the floor and buried her face in her hands. Ay, 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 I'll never get home. The kind cheesemaker took pity on her. Don't give up, Abuelita. If you can find me some milk, I'll make you a batch of creamy queso, and you can take a piece of it to the rat. Abuelita Zapatona sprang up and clapped her big shoes in delight. I'll bring back a pile of leche, I will. Soon after her search of some milk, she saw a boy limping along the road, leading a cow to pasture. Ay, muchacho, dear, generous, kind boy, cried Abuelita Zapatona. Won't you please spare me a pile of milk so that the cheesemaker can make some cheese, so I may give it to the rat so he'll gnaw the rope, so it will tie the ox, so he'll drink some water to spare the fire, so it will burn the stick, so it will strike the dog, so he'll bark at my turkey, so he'll jump the fence, or I'll never get home. The boy eyed the old lady. When he saw her big shoes, his eyes opened wide. I will give you a pile of milk, Abuelita, but only if you give me your shoes. You see, my feet are so big, I cannot find shoes to fit it. No tengo zapatos. The boy held up his bare, blistered feet. Gladly, Abuelita Zapatona slipped off her shoes and gave them to the boy. The boy tried on the big shoes and stomped about. He marched in a circle, he sprang into the air and clapped the soles. He clicked his heels and grinned. You may have your pile of leche, Abuelita. I shall keep your big shoes. After obtaining the milk, she took it to the cheesemaker, whipped up the cheese, and gave it to the rat. And at last, the rat would finally be able to help her. As the rat began to gnaw the rope cried out, No, please, Señora Rata, don't gnaw me. I will help, Abuelita. The rat stopped gnawing, and the rope slithered off in search of the ox. The ox was resting in the field, and the rope entwined itself around the ox's tail. No, no, strong rope, cried the ox. Por favor, don't tie me up. I will help, Abuelita. Slowly and lazily, the ox slumbered toward the well. As he was about to take a drink, the water cried out, Please don't drink me, mighty ox. I will help, Abuelita. And a splash of water flew from the well and headed for the campfire. When the fire felt a cool drop of clear water, it cried, Ay, ay, agua clara, please don't douse my flame, I will help, Abuelita. A long tongue of flame reached out to the stick. When the stick felt the heat, it cried out, Please don't burn me, gran fuego, I will help, Abuelita. The stick flung itself on the edge of the sleeping dog and gave him a great whack on the rump. The dog jumped up and yiped. No more, oh powerful stick, por favor, don't hit me again, I will help, Abuelita. In a flash of fury, the dog raced up to the turkey, barking as though 1,000 sticks were beating him. The turkey, who had been snoozing beside the fence, awoke in such a frenzy he half scrambled, half flew into the fence, landing headfirst on the other side. And so, Abuelita Zapatona, in her stocking feet, led the turkey home, and together they lived happily for a good many years. Y colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado.